I would like to believe that I've spent the last quarter of century, which is more than most of your age, uh, in the persuasion business. But unfortunately, what you see is advertising, and the moment it comes on, you want to leave the room. So I am also part of the reason why you buy stuff that you don't need with money that you don't have to impress people you don't particularly like. And I'm here to tell us about our mistakes that I have made so that you who are starting out don't make the same mistakes. And, in process, undo some of the evil that I have done. Admission. I was not always a creative person. I trained to be a manager. I'm an MBA from IRMA way back in 1992. And I was an HR manager, but within a year I realized that I'm not good at it and I don't want to do it. And I didn't know what to do about it until a very wise and kind friend's uncle gave me this example. He said, Beta, if you are late for your train to Delhi and you reach the station in panic and you see a train pulling out and you think it's the train and you jump into it, and after some time the TT comes and says, Beta, ye to Chennai ja rahi hai. Will you go to Chennai or you will get off at the next station and go back to Delhi? So I got off the train and I joined advertising way back in 1992 and found the entire business in Control Z mode. Basically, what had happened is the Narasimha Rao government in 91 had privatized, allowed private and foreign broadcasters to start broadcasting. And from 1990, from a two-channel DD1, DD2, we had become a 100-channel country with 400 million viewers, and every client wanted TVCs. And from proper English print industry, we became Hindi advertising Vigyapan Oy in like a fell swoop. And nobody knew how to do ads. We didn't have any training in audiovisual. So everybody had to do Control Z and undo and relearn everything. But TV gave us enormous power. TV, suddenly we could reach millions any time of the day, at any instant, and with great power comes great irresponsibility. TV made us lazy, and we replaced persuasion, which is our business, with repetition. TV gave us a big hammer, and what happens when you have a hammer in your hand? Everything looks like a nail. So we thought if you beat up people on the head enough time with a message, it will start going in. And we became boring, we became irritating. We started bludgeoning people with our messages until they started hating us. But we forgot about people also. They become target audience, if you please. And they become statistics. There was a marketing warfare I started hearing. And we were the arsenal to, win areas in people's heads. And TVC obviously was the weapon of choice. And we chose clamor over connecting. We chose glamour over engaging. And advertising became about what the clients wanted and not what people cared about. In a decade, the world changed. 2004 Facebook, 2005 YouTube. And we started seeing videos going viral, which has been shot at a fraction of our TV budget by a teenager on a handycam. People loved and shared them, and we thought it's a phase, it'll pass. And 13 years have passed, and we still haven't woken up. We still do boring ads that you're like waiting for 4, 3, 2, 1, boom, you can skip this ad. And we are in denial, and we have to wake up sometime. And we are in an age when ad-free means premium. Can you imagine the state of affairs? The thing is that we always knew brands are like people. A brand has a personality, it has a unique tone and manner, it has a look and feel, all that we knew. But people do stuff, no? People don't talk all the time. They also do stuff, and actions speak louder than words. But we had created talking brands that did nothing. People perceive us the way we behave, and people perceive brands by how they behave. So it was time for brands to do and not just say, and it was time to undo the sins of our talking by some doing. And It was time to inspire, engage, and not to irritate. So here are a few examples of brands that do.
When I first heard about this project, I thought you were crazy.
You could see like what we were going by on the screens, and then you could feel it, so it felt like, oh, we're going past that. Oh, now I feel that we're going past that. It felt real.
Currently, with the VR headsets, it does isolate you, whereas this, particularly with the children, they were able to point things out to each other to really enjoy the experience communally.
Someone in my generation, someone in school today, could be the first people on Mars.
This is what I mean when I say do. This doesn't irritate you, this inspires you. This connects with a generation of scientists and engineers who are in grade school today and brings alive the magic that is space exploration, the adventure that it is to them. Now on to the next case study. This is for Spotify, which is a music streaming channel, and how they use music to help people with Parkinson's, which is world's second largest widespread neurological disease.
Parkinson's is a common neurological disease, and it's more than trembling hands. Proper medication and brain surgery improve many Parkinson's symptoms, but not the gait.
Uma das coisas que mais atrapalham os pacientes que é a marcha, a dificuldade para caminhar.
Cada vez você vai deixando de fazer as coisas. O dia a dia.
The solution may be in another natural thing.
O cérebro, por causa da perda de dopamina, está meio que bagunçado. A música sincronizaria.
It happens three ways. Music provides rhythm for patients to control their steps. Music promotes new neural connections in healthy areas of the brain. And music releases dopamine, a natural chemical involved in pleasure and motor control. So how can we connect this knowledge to people's lives? Introducing Parkinsounds, powered by Spotify. Parkinsounds helps patients find their ideal pace. It automatically selects the songs that match that beat from any Spotify playlist, and Parkinsounds can add audio cues to the patient's favorite songs. So steps get increasingly bigger, steadier and safer. And it's a therapy, so the more they listen, the further they go. After all, it's Parkinson's disease, but it's the patient's life.
Outstanding stuff, not a boring ad saying we are the largest music streaming site, but doing something that really makes a difference to people's lives. They made music miraculous, and they turned music lovers into believers. Now you don't feel like you're wasting time when you're listening to music. Closer home, this is a case study by Brook Bond, which is a 100-year-old band, as fuddy-duddy as you can become, and see what they have done.
The third gender, ignored by most, tolerated by some, misunderstood by all. In India, the Hijras are a community almost in exile. standing out at traffic signals after failing to blend in, knocking on our windows, in the hope for some kindness and perhaps a smile. But when they don't get either, they keep their chin up and find a way to simply be happy.
अगर माँ तुम्हें डांटे, अगर बॉस तुम्हें काटे, जब गर्लफ्रेंड फालतू झाड़े और महंगाई कपड़े फाड़े, हो नेता भी चोर सारे या पुलिस भी बटवा मारे, पेट्रोल मोर महंगा दिन कारे, बीवी मांगे आसमां से तारे,
So in one fell swoop, from a 40, 30, 100-year-old band, they became progressive, sensitive, with it, modern brand. And chai has always been about charcha, and they gave the young consumers of Brookborn something to do charcha about equality, about humanity, and about sensitivity. Finally, to quote Einstein, the definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over again and expect different results. And Ctrl Z is no longer an option but a must for advertising, because we must believe that people are intelligent, emotional beings who cannot be fooled by the trickery of Photoshop or lovely words, but can easily be made to fall in love with a brand who do honest and inspiring acts. Thank you.